Please welcome Bree Blakefield.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you to the Jessamine County Republican Party for inviting me here to speak tonight. In high school Republicans, one of our main objectives is mobilizing the youth in our country to work to elect Republicans up and down the ballot. But in addition to that, one of our other missions is conservative public policy advocacy. Now, this is something we focus heavily on in off years for elections like we're in right now for Kentucky. Now, I'd like to take tonight to highlight one of these initiatives, pro-life policy. Kentucky has done well with this, but some of our neighboring states have not done quite as well. Every generation has a defining moment. In the 1770s, that moment was rising up against tyranny, resisting the British monarchy, and establishing the United States of America. In 1812, it was reaffirming our independence for the Second War against Britain. As the decades rolled on, our defining moments became the Civil War, ending the evil institution of slavery and preserving the Union, the Spanish-American War, World War I, and by the 1940s, standing against the horror of Nazi Germany, defending freedom and fighting for the dignity of every human life. In the 1950s, we confronted the threat of communism. In the 1960s, we fought for civil rights and justice for all. In the early 2000s, we stood united after the attacks of 9/11. So I ask you, what will define this generation? There are many moments that shape us, but there is one we cannot ignore, one that demands our focus, one that is a matter of life and death, ending abortion in America. In the 1800s, slavery tore this country apart. It wasn't just a political issue, it was the issue. Nothing divided neighbors, families, and states more. There were three kinds of people back then. First, you had the Democrats who said slavery was about property rights. They argued, how dare the government tell us what to do with what is ours? They wanted slavery not only where it existed, but they expanded it into new states. Then you had the moderate Republicans, people who weren't fans of slavery, but they didn't want to get involved. They said, let it stay where it is, and then let the other states decide. They kept their hands clean while the nation bled. And finally, you had the so-called radical Republicans. They were mocked, attacked, and called extremists. But they had the courage to say slavery is wrong, morally, fundamentally, undeniably wrong. And it must end everywhere. Not a property issue, a human rights issue. Today we face a different but alarmingly similar crisis, abortion. Once again we hear, how dare the government interfere? It is a personal choice. It's my body. And once again we see these familiar camps emerge. There are those, many on the left, who defend abortion, not just where it exists, but fight to expand it. Then there are the moderates, people who say, let the states decide. They step back, stay silent, and avoid the mess. And then there are those of us who are willing to say what must be said, to stand up even when we are ridiculed, to be called radicals for defending the right to life. Because this isn't just about politics, this is about basic human rights. Our Declaration of Independence proclaims the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is no coincidence that life comes first. From the moment of conception, life begins. And without life, there can be no liberty, no happiness, and no future. It is shameful that our nation has tolerated abortion for this long. It is unthinkable that we have allowed this institution of death to persist. If slavery was America's original sin, then abortion is our second. In life, we may overcome one sin, but often another arises. That doesn't mean we let it stand. That doesn't mean we turn a blind eye. We fight because history is watching. The future is watching. God is watching. How will this generation be remembered? Will it be like those who defended slavery? Those who expanded evil? Will it be like those who stayed silent, too afraid to speak? Or will it be like the few, the bold, the brave, who stood for what is right when it mattered most? America, this is our moment. This is the page that history will write about us. In my lifetime, I've seen 2 assassination attempts on a former president within months of each other. I've seen political parties silence their own voters. I've seen riots, pandemics, and chaos. But none of it compares to this. We are living through the greatest genocide in world history. One day, history will call it what it is. It will cast a shadow as dark as the Holocaust, the Soviet gulags, and Mao Zedong's bloody regime. When our grandchildren read those history books and they ask what we did, what will you say? We have stood for what is right or defended what was evil. The world is watching. The Lord is watching. Stand up, speak out, and defend the voiceless. God bless you, God bless the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and God bless the United States of America.